Let's bring in Wisconsin Senator Ron Johnson. Senator, Patriot, what are your thoughts? I should have asked you this. What are your thoughts on hiding behind the Patriot Act to, in essence, in my opinion, shred our rights, our constitutional rights?
Well, Eric, I can tell you, having been briefed by these individuals running these courts, they've lied to us in the past. They say, to show us one American whose constitutional rights have been trampled on. Back then, we couldn't point to anybody. Now, of course, we know they trample on the rights of the President of the United States. And so I think there is general consensus that these things need to be reformed. The House actually had a pretty good process. Chairman Jordan from the Judiciary, he marked up a bill, bipartisan support. The Intelligence Committee marked up theirs. They came together. There were two sticking points. They couldn't quite get it across the finish line. We've had no process in the Senate whatsoever. So we were faced with either letting it expire, and quite honestly, with an open border and 1.7 million detected gotaways, I think the fear was if there is a terrorist attack, the Speaker Johnson sure didn't want to get blamed for letting Section 702 or FISA expire. So a 4-month extension, I didn't like it. We lost the votes. But Speaker Johnson's talking about bringing up those two bills, reconciling those and passing those things out of the House hopefully in January. So we're well aware of it. We're going to do everything we can to reform this. We know that there have been abuses, and those have to end.
Senator, I remember when Senator Wyden had the NSA director on, and the NSA director lied directly to him and the American people, and then he had to walk it back, and he was proven to be a liar, and then he ends up on MSNBC. Why is this any different? If the NSA, or the FBI for that matter, can surveil American citizens without a warrant, well, how is it any different now than then?
Eric, I think you realize I'm not a fan of the federal government at all. All these agencies are corrupt. We have a deep state populated primarily by liberal partisan actors. So, no, we've got a real problem on our hands here. The good news is Ron Wyden and Mike Lee are the leaders of reforming this in the Senate as well. So I really do believe that we will get some significant reforms here. That's a good thing.
All right, and we just heard that the FBI was petitioning some, again, it's like history repeating itself, Senator, petitioning some, not media, but telecom companies for, it used to be metadata back in the day. Now I don't even know what they call it anymore. It just feels like, again, you have a right to privacy. You have to have a court decide whether the FBI or anyone can violate that right. Final thought, tell me if I'm wrong.
No, you're right. There are corrupt actors in these agencies. These agencies need to be reformed, but they won't be reformed under Democrat governance. We won't secure the border under Democrat governance. We're going to continue to plunder and mortgage our children's future under Democrat governance. The elections matter. We need to win in 2024.
Elections matter. Senator, you are so right. You are so right. Senator Ron Johnson, thank you for your time. Happy holidays.